That which is cosmic awareness is now available. Please begin.
Thank you, Awareness. Today is the 29th of October, 2025. Will Berlinghof is the voice of Cosmic Awareness, and Callista is Energizer and Questioner. Awareness, do you have a message, please?
Yes, this awareness does have a message for the members. That it would start by wishing one and all a happy Halloween, as it is soon to be that evening when the children, mostly in North America, of course, go out trick-or-treating. And that for many, Halloween has become a wonderful occasion to get dressed up and to go partying and go to events and all that are now available to the children mostly. And that which was once the practice of going from door to door for most children no longer is so in many areas and districts because of that which you would call the danger of going trick-or-treating, or the children going out on such nights where there are predators and ones who are seeking to take children. But that is not the main reason why trick-or-treating is no longer a big deal. It is a part of the reason, certainly, but more it is that it is more convenient to go to shopping malls and other areas and places that offer activities and ceremony for that evening of trick-or-treating. That is what it has become in North America. And it must be understood that this was once a very joyous occasion for the children, but has changed in its nature. This is not a big issue, of course, but what is a big issue, and this is that which most do not even recognize or understand behind that act of going out on Halloween or All Holy or Hallow Eve, Halloween Halloween being a title that was of Saxon origin, and that this preceded the next day, All Hallow Day, November 1st, which is a religious holiday, especially in Christian locations and where there are a lot of ones who were once the children that went trick-or-treating. And they did not even know back then that Halloween or All Hallow Eve had any significance to it other than a time to go out trick-or-treating. But it is that which lies behind this tradition in the first place. First, Halloween, and second, All Hallows Day, where there's a celebration for those who have passed on, and that it is a very sacred time, or at least once was. That this is a time, and today the 29th is also involved in it, where one could say the veils were the thinnest. But what does this mean, the veils were the thinnest? It is that there is that energetic available at this time where the energies of that which was once known as ghosts and goblins and spirit roving free took place, and many in more ancient times celebrated this time of year for a time when there were ghosts and goblins and what is even called elementals. Elementals include things like fairies and elves and leprechauns and the little people, and also other forces such as unicorns and dragons even. And that the people in times gone by would celebrate this in their own unique way, and that this was a highly honored time for the remembrance of those who had gone before, those who had passed, if you will, and were back with spirit in the divine hollows of spirit itself, the divine source energies themselves and itself. So, is this still happening? Yes, it is still happening. In fact, that is why this awareness wished to talk about it today, because it is very significant this time around in particular, that which are the barriers, the interdimensional barriers that normally divide the living and the dead, although that is a bit of a misconception, the dead, because they are still there. The ones that were once in physical form do not cease to be. And in a way, this was a time where it was easier for those on the other side of the veil, if you will, to check in, to see how their loved ones were doing. This may seem peculiar, for one would think that once one had passed, that there would not be much connection to the land of the living. But because there is much more to reality than just that which you have been taught and given as how it is in this third dimensional physical reality, that many have lost that understanding that was once so common, to the degree even that the 2 days, All Hallow Day and the evening before Halloween, were recognized as important times to make contact with the spiritual energies. Now, this awareness is not saying that each of you must do something to celebrate this, because it is up to each of you individually, that is, to feel it out for yourselves. But at this time, it is a natural time for that which is the sensing of that which is extraordinary and or supernatural in nature. And that this time around, especially the 29th, which is this day that is happening, that there are energetic forces that have been loosed upon humanity, more so than ever before, when it was just the normal celebration of that time of the year, right now indeed, where they could connect. It was even part of their religious culture in many groups, in many cultures, to indeed celebrate this time, at this time in particular, Halloween, All Hallows Day. So, what this awareness wishes to say, and for some you may hear this message after it has passed, this very special time, this All Saints time, All Spirit time, that if you have the feeling or that you have an experience that there is something in the room with you, and this awareness is not trying to be spooky about it, but many may feel, because of that which is the density, the thinnest density of all that has been experienced for some time, that those energies that exist, as awareness already said, beyond the veil, beyond the curtain of that which separates the living reality as it is held by most to that which is of spirit, a spiritual realm, can be most felt. And even the presences of ones perhaps loved, perhaps even ones that were not loved. There is a darkness to this time, especially when it comes down to gremlins and goblins and such creatures. But this awareness is asking you to be more open and more selective in the energies you let in. And that you can do this by holding a very positive attitude, that this is a time where you may have experiences that are preceding other experiences that are going down in your world right now. It could be said, and this awareness will say it, that these are very special times if you choose to stay in the light, despite the energies that one normally associates with dark entities and beings, but that is that as you hold it, that you are protected and safe, and that it is only the ones in the light that you wish to communicate with and talk to or receive messages from, that this will be of an important nature to you, and that it will help you come through these few days. And do not be surprised if there are extraordinary events that take place during the next few days, especially if you are open to it. And of course, this is also governed by what you believe or do not believe. So many, even though this awareness says there may be energetic presences in your own living room and your own house or your own space, that it is a bad thing at all. It can be a very important time. That in Mexico, families would celebrate at the graveside with past relatives, ones who had passed on. And it is seen as a day of celebration, a time of celebration, particularly the 1st of November. But as these are real energies, and as you are becoming much more attuned and in tune with the energies of spirit and source, hold it that it is possible to receive a message, to feel the presence, to know that there is an existence beyond that which is, for most, the end of life, an existence in that which is the golden source energy timeline, that which is the new realm that is opening up and coming through now more than ever. And that this therefore becomes a very special day to remember yourself as that which is of spirit and of source itself, and that you will carry forth and carry on beyond that which is the limitation of this lifetime, or that which is a time of this life when it is time to move beyond and back into source and spirit. In the end, this awareness is simply saying these are very interesting times, and that there is available to one and all that which is the creation of a unique energetic that you are part of in any event, and that this is a practice that goes back thousands of years, this particular time. And that at this time, in this moment, on this day, even the 29th, this day that this awareness is speaking to you, and the next several days, up till the 1st of November, can be very powerful times, both on a personal level, where you have greater senses to that which are the extraordinary and the supernatural, as well as worldly events. And there is a buildup of energies bringing things to a head, and it is felt by many. And so this may be that which you experience, a sensing of things, of the energies, and that the energies can either be of a positive nature or a negative nature, depending on how you view it. Many view Halloween and this time as the time of ghosts and goblins and horror shows and things of that nature, because they find it entertaining. But what if there is really something to it? And this awareness is indeed saying there is something to it, and that this is a time for you, each of you, to be in a positive frame of mind, understanding that the energies on this planet of yours, this realm of yours, are indeed coming to a head. And that this particular time, this day of trick and treating and ghosts and goblins and supernatural events, is a very real experience that can open you up to that which is coming, that which is underway, that which is now in progress, that being the awakening, the great awakening back into the energies that were once known and were commonplace, but have been lost over the last decades. To see it, to know it, to feel it, to have this vibration within yourself, that this is more, and that there is more, rather, to it than all that is told to you by those who have had control over things. These ones are on their way out, as has been spoken, has been presented by this awareness. But in terms of the actuality of this time, be the observer. Be open to receive, but not to be intruded upon. Hold that the energies that you call in are of the light of source and spirit itself. And this is a time of celebration and a time of opening to that which lies beyond that which most have been told is so, mostly by those who are non-believers in any event. So have a good time of it. enjoy this very unique period of time, the next few days, and understand that things are changing up and that this is a time of launching these few days, and that you are open and ready for that which is the energy of the divine itself, the divine source itself, to come through as the greatest presence of all to feel and to experience at this time. That this awareness is complete with its Halloween greetings. Be blessed, be in the light, know that the energies of the divine are with you at this time and all other times. And it is so, and so it is now.